Hello everyone, welcome to your English class. This is Neetu Singh, and in this video we are going to talk about a very important and amazing lesson, the fun they had, and of course very relevant in today's scenario. In this video of the fun they had, we are going to cover the following topic: about the author, theme of the story, characters present in the story, introduction to the chapter, summary of the story, highlights of the story, and message conveyed by the author. But before beginning, I would like to ask you a few questions which is very relevant in today's context. How many of you are missing your school? Yes, I know. Many of you would say that you are missing your school. And what you are missing? That is the fun you had in your school. Now, let's see what is there in the story. Now, let's take a look about the author Isaac Asimov. Let's see about the author. Isaac Asimov was one of the 20th century's most prolific writers, known for sci-fi works like Foundation and I, Robot. He was born on 2nd January 1920 in Russia. Asimov immigrated with his family to the United States and became a biochemistry professor. His first novel, Pebble in the Sky, was published in 1950. He has written nearly 500 books in a variety of genres. His legendary work is the Foundation series, which won the one-time Hugo Award in 1966. Asimov died in New York City on 6th April 1992. The Fun They Had is one of the most popular fictional works written by him. Theme of the story. This story sums up the expanding technological development of the time and the growing awareness of a possible future that is dominated by technology. A future that could replace the printed word, and the importance of preserving the past, history, and the stories that humankind tells. The fun they had is a warning that as the future increasingly relies on technological progress and become more digitized, it is extremely important to preserve the past, to cultivate imagination and curiosity, and to continue to learn from history. Now, before moving to the story, let's have a look on the characters present in the story. The leading character of the story is an 11-year-old girl, Margie, and a 13-year-old boy, Tommy. Our next character is a county inspector. A county inspector is a round little man with a red face. And also, we have a robotic teacher. After that, our next character is Mrs. Jones. She is Margie's mother. Introduction of the chapter. Here, the author imagines that in the year 2157, the books, the classrooms, the teachers, and the school will be different from those that exist now. Then, learning will be through computers, robotic teachers, and moving e textbooks. The classroom would be in the house of each student. That will be virtual classroom, where learning would be through computer software and internet. It would be situated in a room of the house of each student. The author also indicates that the student of 2157 would perhaps be missing the fun and social interaction which the school students of today enjoy. Now, let's have a look on the summary of the story. Margie and Tommy are 11 and 13-year-old children who live in the future where books are read electronically. Their idea of a school is a robot system which customizes lessons for them. and teaches them on the screen. The system has slots for submitting homework and calculates their grades instantly. One day, Tommy discovers an old book in the attic. It is different from what Tommy and Margie considered as books because it is written on paper and bound together. Margie and Tommy feel that their television screen is much better than an old book, which can be discarded when you are done reading it. But a television screen can store millions of books and they can reread them as many times as they want. Margie doesn't like the book very much because it is about school. Margie does not like school because of a mechanical teacher. She doesn't like geography and mechanical teacher keeps giving her test after test on geography. Margie's decimal performance made her mother call for the county inspector. The county inspector, a round little man with a red face, takes the teacher apart and then puts it back together. Margie had hoped that he would not know how to assemble it. Even though she doesn't mind the lessons themselves, she really does not like the slot for homework and test paper. The learning system in place made her write out all her answers in punch code. Once she submitted her homework, the teacher would correct her answers and calculate the grades immediately. The county inspector is nice to her and defends her performance by saying that the geography section was programmed for a higher level. He has now set it to the level of a 10-year-old and it would teach Margie better. Margie is disappointed that the inspector will not take away the teacher because Margie hates school. She asked Tommy why anyone would write about schools. Tommy, with a superior tone, tells her that schools of old time were very different from the schools they have now. In those days, the teachers who taught in schools were men. Tommy told that the school itself was a building where boys and girls came to study, and they studied the same things. Margie does not think that a man could have such a wide knowledge of different subjects like a computer. She, like her mother, believes that every child needed teaching according to their needs. Margie is now curious about the school of the past. She and Tommy are still reading from the book when Margie's mother interrupts them. She reminds them that it was time for her and Tommy to attend school. Margie and Tommy attend school from Monday to Friday at a scheduled time. Margie's mother believes that studying at a fixed time helps the children learn more efficiently. Margie goes back to her schoolroom, which is next to her bedroom. The mechanical teacher was already lit up for her lesson. The teacher asked her to enter her homework on arithmetic in the proper slot. Margie inserted her homework with a sigh. While watching the screen of the mechanical teacher, Margie was thinking about the old kind of school that existed long ago. She imagined how delightfully all the children would have been laughing and shouting in the schoolyard. They would have sat together in the schoolroom and went back home together. They could help each other to do their homework because they learned the same thing. Besides it, the teacher then were human beings and not mechanical teachers. Margie was thinking of how much fun the children in those schools must have had. Now, highlights of the story. Here, The tone is serious, taking up the angle of an 11-year-old child trying to grasp the world around her. The mood, however, is playfully ironic. In the beginning, the mood is somewhat thrilling since Margie and Tommy find a book about the past, which attracts within the reader a little. The title quite suits the story. The story highlights the system of education set in the future. The narrative deals with the future of education, which will become increasingly computerized and estranged from social interactions. Here, the author's memorandum is one of the warning against the dangers of computerized homeschooling, which divests children of the benefits of the personal interplay between students and teachers, which help them develop social skills. The message conveyed by the author. The author's message is one of the lesson against the danger of computerized homeschooling, which diverse children of the benefits of personal interactions between students and teachers, which help them develop social skills. Now you can evaluate yourself through these questions. Question number one. Why does Margie write in a diary, "Today Tommy found a real book"? Why does she call the book real? And how far was it different from her books? Question number two. Where did Tommy find the book? How did Margie and Tommy react when they had a look at it? Question number three. What is there to write about school? What impression did Margie have about her own school? Question number four. Why does Margie say, "How could a man be a teacher"? Question number five. What had Margie's mother told her about adjusting the teacher? I hope you would be able to answer all these questions. So that's all in this video. Until the next video, keep practicing, keep learning.